Good evening and salutations, my soap opera fans. As the title suggests, Katie Logan, undervalued and underappreciated on The Bold and the Beautiful. Okay? If you're a Bold and the Beautiful fan and you saw the episode, my goodness, the level of disrespect is off the damn charts. Now, of course, we're going to sit there and talk about all the soap operas. You know how we do. So let's sit there and get in the roll call, get this started. Amy H is in the chat. How you doing tonight? Krista's in the chat. How you doing tonight? Black Mars in the chat. How you doing tonight? Sean, what's good, Sean? How you doing tonight? Queen of the South is in the chat. How you doing tonight? Gorgeous Queen Janice in the chat. How you doing tonight? Susan is in the chat. How you doing tonight? Why is it not letting me? That's just pissing me off. Okay. Been so busy and glad to be here. I'm glad to have you, Janet. Crystal is in the chat. How you doing tonight? I think we actually have a new person up in here. So, let's everyone give Crystal a warm welcome. Of course, and yes, Janet, it's so good to see you again. I know you out there, just killing it in the market. You know, this woman right here being the queen of real estate. Dollar Max is in the chat. How you doing tonight? I'm doing good, Black Mom. I was off today. It was a weird sleep pattern. Like I'm. I don't know what happened. I was busy getting my mom settled in a memory care facility in Miami. Yeah. I had some other music I'll sit there and play. There you go. So, that is correct, Janet. That is correct, Janet. And Sean, unfortunately, I talked about it on, you know, I think it happened Monday. I talked about it on Monday. So, yeah. It's unfortunate, definitely. Last GH icon, I would sit there and say for, you know, I don't know. You know, I, I'm a couple of days behind. Yeah, I know you've been super busy, so I totally understand. Or we're gonna catch you up tonight, and of course, you can always go to my reviews, and I will definitely catch you up. Um, I do the reviews every day, so whatever you need to be caught up on GH, just watch. Um, Today's episode was pretty crazy on GH. Um, I don't know. Listen, I don't know what's going on. Thank you, Jen. I appreciate that. Seriously. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I don't know what's going on with Liz, but I haven't been feeling Liz's character in quite a while. You know, you think Willow will get acquitted? I do. I don't think it's Willow. I don't think it's Willow. I think here's the thing. I think people want it to be Willow. What's good, Ron? I think people. Yeah, exactly. It's exactly what I said. What's good in it? Anita. Listen, Becky's just there for a check. Becky's just there for a check. Liz ain't doing shit on this show. Okay, the only thing she's doing is being a damn massive hypocrite towards Brit. Talking about, oh, I want to sit there and see what's on your phone. Girl, how many times have you sat there and stepped out? When she was just a nurse, how many times did she sit there and step out and leave? Take unauthorized breaks whenever she wanted to. but yet you want to sit there and come down on Brit. Why? Because she fucked over your friends years ago? This chick is mad like she screwed her over. It's just getting to a point where it's like I don't even know why I don't even know why Liz is still on the show. I don't know why Liz is actually still on the show, if I'm gonna be honest. I don't get it. She does nothing on the show. She serves no purpose. And I know people are gonna sit there and say, she's a legacy character, she's been on forever. What the fuck is that supposed to mean? This is my whole thing about Felicia. When people sit there and say Felicia's a legacy character, like that's supposed to mean something. I don't keep extremely old furniture just because like if it gets really old, eventually I'm gonna want to throw it out. The only reason why I didn't throw out this chair is because I just didn't get another one yet. Money goes everywhere, but my point is it's just like I don't see the point of Liz still being on the show. Hell, her kids aren't even here anymore. What is even the point of her being on the show? Seriously, how often do we sit there and see Jake? I mean, how often do we sit there and see Aiden? Jake is away well, Jake is away in art school, and no, where is Jake at? Or is it Aiden? I think Aiden is with Lucky. Aiden's with Lucky. Jake is in art school. Cameron's in college. What purpose is she serving? I don't understand that. Again, I said this in my review. You can get a damn sock puppet to sit there and replace Liz, and it'll be exactly the same. Be exactly the same. No damn difference, in my personal opinion. Um, why is Brady over at the Karaoke's mansion? You didn't watch the episode? He doesn't want to be around Marlena, and he's still trying to find a place. So until he finds a place, Mar Maggie offered him a place to stay. So he's going to be staying there. So yeah, that's why. Tomas says, "What is this about?" Soap operas. What are they doing? Seriously. But yeah, Tomas, this is about soap operas. Tomas says, "I think it's because the last time they let Becky Hirsch go, there was such a huge backlash." Yeah, but I feel like that was back then, right? I feel like if they let her go now, I don't honestly think she would have the same pull now that she did back then. I don't see it happening. I don't know. Maybe that's just me, but I don't see. And yeah, and granted, even if they did, what's good, Amber? Even if they did, there was a backlash when Kelly Monaco got fired. And the last time I checked, General Hospital is still going. You don't have a lot of people sitting there bitching and complaining about Kelly Monaco being gone. And even if they did, they're not sitting there rehiring her. Like seriously, they did a whole bunch of campaigns, spent their personal money, and she still ain't back. So I think that General Hospital could sit there and weather the storm if they decide to just let her ass go. She was going to days back then. Becky, let her ass go to days. Trina was on that episode today for no damn reason. Like Trina, what are you? I was like, Trina, what are you even doing here? What are you even doing here? Why are you here for? Kevin says, I heard bring Sally to Ball and the Beautiful. I hope Thomas and Sally get back together. And see, that's my whole thing, Dolomedics. If they were using her, I wouldn't have a problem. Kevin, I mean, she seemed like she's getting some story on the Young and the Restless, so I don't know why they would sit there and bring her back to Ball and the Beautiful. Like, honestly, to tell you the truth, what reason would they have to sit there and bring her back to Ball and the Beautiful? And if it's coming from one of those spoiler channels, just ignore them. I mean, I get that they want Sally to go back to being a wild child and whatever, but I feel like that's just, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how I feel if they bring her back to Bold and they have her do a bunch of crazy shenanigans and shit, right? Like that. I mean, it seemed like they tamed Sheila for now, which is not really working for her. Honestly, to tell you the truth, I feel like Bold just does whatever Bold wants to do, right? Like, who the fuck is actually sitting there gushing and being happy watching Beth, a 10-year-old, sit there and officiate a wedding? And here's the thing: at least Bill acknowledged that that wedding that he did wasn't legal, and they got to actually sit there and get it legal. I, I don't. I feel like I honestly tell you, if I feel like I need a drink, just, just hearing this, I'm gonna have a couple of bites, and I'm just gonna. Well, then I'm just gonna fucking drink because like, plus I haven't drank in like God, I haven't drank since last week. You know, Max. But see, now they have Katie. Now they have Katie. If she gets this fashion house, she's going to sit there and rival Forrester Creations. And I'll actually tell you the truth, the way that they actually disrespected and Beyond the Gates did absolutely nothing today. Beyond the Gates, we gonna talk about Beyond the Gates because no, it didn't do anything today. It did well. It just highlighted my two biggest fucking problems with Beyond the Gates. Leslie is the worst character I've ever seen, and it's well, okay, she is the worst character now on there, right? Those 2 days, those two stupid ass weddings that they did, it's like Brad Bell just said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna do whatever I want, and you can either watch it or not watch it, bitches. But I'm still gonna do what I want." You know, Vanessa, I'm gonna start drinking when I talk about Vanessa because she got on my damn nerves. And you know what? Before we even sit there and go into that, we got to talk about Dante for a hot minute, okay? We got to sit there. I want to have hope for the future house story, but I've been bummed by B&B when it comes to good fashion stories. They listen. They need a fashion story. They do. It's fucking bold and beautiful, and they rarely. What's good, Cherry Ice Cream? It's good to see you. They rarely do fashion shows. It's literally your fucking specialty. It's like Bob Guza decided to be like, you know what? Back in the day, I don't feel like doing this mob crap. Nah, bro. That's what you do. You bring the mob. You bring the action stuff. Yeah, I feel like that was adequate enough. All right. Here's the thing, chap. Don't get annoyed with me. Or do. Whatever. Um, I'm probably going to have to repeat myself a couple of times. And maybe tomorrow, hopefully, I can get everything done and do a stream. But I believe B&B when they start investing in some more designers on the show. I believe in B&B. We gotta talk about this Dante problem. Okay? Let me start off by saying this thing. Soap operas is a show that it's about emotions in a sense, right? Like When they put out an episode, it's designed to sit there and give you emotional response. Okay, that's what the soap operas do. All of them, all five of them. So I don't. My goodness, that good. I don't sit there and necessarily Dante, right? People have been getting on Dante, crucifying this man, and I feel like, especially yesterday, people took what he said out of context. Words matter, right? Words matter. And it's hard for people to sit there and listen to him when they're so emotionally charged about him. He said, and I quote, because words are important, Gio's interactions with Rocco has been a contributing has contributed to his problems. Okay? Gio's interactions with Rocco has contributed to his problems. Okay? He didn't sit there and say, I'm blaming you for Rocco fucking up his life. I'm blaming you for those two instances that Rocco fucked that Rocco had problems in his life. He said that you are a contributing factor. If people are going to sit there and be upset with Dante, they need to understand what Dante actually said. Because people are trying to make it seem like he is blaming them. He is blaming Gio. What? What is going on? He is blaming Gio for his son's problems. And that's not what he said. What's good, Jay Blue? It would be great if Josh finds out that Carly is Valentine's lawyer and they both take Brendan down. Gotta take Brendan down. Having a low key birthday. First of all, let's everyone say happy birthday to Jay Blue. Okay. Uh, Make sure I try to do your birthday shout out tonight on my post. Yes. Oh, right there he is. Yes, as everyone wish Jay Blue a happy birthday. Hmm. Jay Blue has been an awesome part of the channel, so we all wish you a happy birthday. Of course. So they brung Brad back, and according to Portia, the dude's out of money. He wants to sit there and hit Portia up. Portia acting like you ain't got shit on me because you ain't got no evidence. Brad's like, I don't need evidence. I got a mouth and a voice and vocal cords. You know what that means, girl. Figure it out. Figure that shit out. Figure it the fuck out. All right? It's just like I said, it amazes me that people have sat there and they twisted what Dante said or isn't really sit there explaining what the fuck he said because words matter. I don't know. I'm mad at Dante. Da, 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 da. Listen, Dante admitted he's been acting like a dick, and I can sit there and attest to he's been acting like a dick. But let's not sit there and try to act like Geo isn't necessarily a factor, a contributor. Is that today's episode that Brad show up? How is he out of money already? Well, you could be bad with finances. You know, you could be pretty bad with finances. I'm gonna take a wild guess, Jay Blue, and say that you're waiting for it to come on Hulu. Hopefully, it came on Hulu this time, like on fucking time. Swear. Oh, you're watching it now? Okay, good. All right. Listen, I want to make sure Hulu's doing their job. When that shit says supposed to post at 8 o'clock, it's supposed to post at 8 o'clock, not 8:20, not 8:30, not 8:40, not 10 o'clock. Fucking 8 o'clock. I'm sorry to spoil it for you, but yeah, he didn't say he was out of money, but he didn't confirm that he wasn't out of money. And the fact that he showed up in Portia's room talking about I still have a mouth, I can still sit there and talk, meaning that he wants something from her. So I'm just saying, like, dude ain't just show up to her room for nothing. You know what? Listen, it was actually nice to sit there and see Britt smile. Okay, because between Liz acting like a hypocritical and Lulu acting like a damn Karen, rumors on that soap they're saying Jason's going to make a romantic move. Yeah, he likes that attitude. Listen, men, most men like feisty women to a point, and to a point. She went well beyond that point. But oh, soap digest, soap digest. I keep forgetting that. I keep forgetting that Soap Digest is actually now just a online platform. You know, a while back, when I was watching General Hospital, back in the day, Soap Digest used to actually. Oh, Belinda. Oh, that's Soap Dirt. Okay. So you're talking about Soap Dirt. Okay. Because I'm like, Soap Digest is like the magazine and like the online thing. Soap Dirt. Okay. Well, I'm actually kind of surprised, Sean. I know you don't. No, no, it's cool. It's cool. I think I was just more surprised because I remember you sitting there saying you didn't really like Belinda too much. Like, you didn't really always trust some of the stuff that she would sit there and say. So I think that's what I was more surprised by. And I read it that way. Other check. I can only agree that Gio was a contributing factor with the lab situation. The first situation wasn't even aware of Rocco until after the fact. And that's the thing. And not, just to play that devil's advocate for a minute. Yes, he did drink himself into a stupor. When Gio found out, he should have sat there and called them. He didn't call anybody. He didn't call an ambulance. He didn't, you know what I'm saying? Like, he didn't try to take him to the hospital. He didn't call his parents. And he almost died because of that. So it's more of his inaction to actually do anything that could have led to his death. And that was the problem. And I understood that. I understood that. He may not agree, but, at the very least, I understood. Um, oh, there you are. I can't pronounce this chick's name. Keisha? Keisha? Kelsha. think it's Kelsha. Kelsha Smith is another person that does soap opera content. Kelsha Smith. She's been doing that shit for a while. But point is, contributing factor. Who was a contributing factor? Like I said, I think a lot of times he took action, but not the one that Dante liked. I think what it does come down to J Blue is that there's times where people don't like a character, but it doesn't necessarily always mean that they're wrong, right? There's people that don't like Carly or Nina. Doesn't mean that they're wrong. Yeah, exactly, Sean. She was not there acting like a damn. She was acting like a Karen. She was also being hella insecure, right? Like, I made a comment yesterday about Lulu and her crying when Charlotte was like, "Hey, listen, I love my dad. I need my dad. My dad knows me better," and she started crying. I was like, "Girl, you asked for that. You asked her to sit there and give you her opinion of Valentine and stuff like that, and then you're gonna sit there and cry about it after you asked for it? Like, are you fucking kidding me?" But then Jess was like, listen, she's entitled to her feelings. And I was like, she's totally entitled to her feelings. I just don't have to care. Like, that's the truth of the matter. She is 100% entitled to her feelings. She wants to cry, cry. I just don't give a shit about her tears. Don't sit there and ask for something. Don't sit there and ask for something that you can't handle. What's your take on Susan accusing Gwen of EJ's disappearing? Um, my take is that Gwen was acting very suspect. And the way she was talking to Jada, it was like she was leading Jada away from, any sort of foul play. So, like, my take on it is that Susan was kind of spot on about that. Makes sense she cried, but I was indifferent to it. Yeah, and like I said today, she starts berating Brit and be like, "Oh, you need to stay away from my child," and da 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 da. I was like, "Girl, your child wants to have a relationship with Brit, and you snipped there. Honestly, tell you the truth, you doing that is exactly what you're sitting there telling Dante not to do. You're telling Dante to not have Gio. Make sure that Gio doesn't have a relationship with Rocco, knowing that Rocco wants to have a relationship with him, but you're gonna sit there and do the same fucking thing with Brent. Like, you're talking him down, but you're doing something that you're talking him down about. Like, I just, uh, what do you think was watching traits? I think it was Marty. I think it was Martin. I said that yesterday. I think it was Martin. Because remember, Drew sat there and said, well, you need to go back there. Exactly. You need to go back there and give Tracy a message. I think he's the one that overheard it. Now, it doesn't necessarily sink Michael, but it does blow up his alibi, though. It blows up his alibi. Because he was like, oh, I was nowhere near there. This, that, and the third. I was like, bro, your eyes is going to be cooking just like what you call it. Okay. And, okay. Like, I don't, know what you're telling me that for. What's good, Kaiwan? I can't even sit there and act like I can't even sit there and act like Dion. I feel like if I sit there and I read your comment, I'm gonna throw up. No offense, but I don't feel like getting dizzy sitting there trying to read whatever it is that you wrote. But it's nice to see you though, Kaiwan. I'll say that much. You know, Emma coming at Emma coming at Britt, talking about, oh well, don't sit there and try to act like your mommy dares now. What's good, Ed? acting like your mommy dearest now when you didn't sit there and care about Rocco. He was just nothing more than a pawn. I was like, girl, you put, you know, you also roped Rocco into this whole mess. Don't sit there and try to act like your shit don't stink, okay? Because let's be honest, Gio is taking the majority of the hit of the smoke from both, well, let's be honest, um, oh, more Dante than Emma. I mean Dante than Lulu. But why you want to sit there and start coming at her? No, Ron, I didn't. Like, girl, don't sit there and try to act like you're innocent in this whole thing. How come the camera didn't pick up on Michael's car, but Tracy and Willow were visible on camera? Good point. Excellent point. Excellent point. While just seems that they're giving Dante and Nathan high fives and shit. Ed says, I caught up on Why Not Today from Wednesday to Tuesday now that I took my last final. I hope you did get on your last final. Tracy says, do you think Rocco is a bad influence? You think Rocco is a bad influence? Is Rocco a bad influence or is Gio a bad influence? I don't understand. Hmm. If you're talking about Gio, oh no, it's cool. I figured that. I don't think he's necessarily a bad influence. I think he just makes bad decisions because he doesn't live his life recklessly or anything like that. Um, so I don't think he's a bad influence. I think he just does things without thinking about it. You know, he can make some poor decisions. Yeah. And all I can say is why not become those Weiner became those episodes really. Yeah, exactly, Ed. This is exactly what I'm sitting there saying, bro. Yo, like I said, my dad was even sitting there like, yo, this is actually kind of interesting. Now you know. Now you see what I'm talking about, Ed. Now you see. Is on one. Dante is on one, but we got chat. Like I said, I gotta bring this back up again. Um, this, like I said, the stuff with Audra and her past with Holden and that guy and everything. I was like, wow, this is actually really good. Seriously, Cherry. But you know, here's the thing: Dante's on one, but Dante isn't exactly wrong. Like he's not blaming Gio for Rocco fucking up his life. He's just not there saying you have been a contributing factor. Your interactions had contributed to his problems, and I think that's a very fair assessment. It's hard to sit there and say because people sit there saying it about Egypt. And I'm like, y'all just looking hella stupid sitting there arguing in his tiny, not in his tiny ass room, but y'all sitting there wasting time and oxygen sitting there arguing. EJ, I think you're here and you just sat there. I literally sat there was like, this is like so fucking like, this is how you're going to choose to spend your time like doing this between RJ Holden's past coming to light, Jack Victor's attacking Jack's company with the Newmans, Kane and Lily and Phyllis motive for working with Victor. That's what I'm saying. Like it's listen. It's very rare when I can sit there and recommend the Young and the Restless. I'll be like, yo, they actually kind of cooking right now. But which, by the way, I'm so glad that you're here because Daniel seriously needs to just simply shut the fuck up. Okay, let me tell you something. If you are an unemployed bum, you don't get to sit there and start telling somebody else or start mocking somebody else. Or, oh, his company is going to fail, this, that, and the third, or Billy ain't this, Billy ain't that. Bro, you don't have a job. And honestly, tell you the truth, I'm sitting there starting to wonder, do you even have a reason of getting out of bed? Because your daughter is constantly with other fucking people, and you have the audacity to sit there and be like, this guy and the third, like, bro, you don't have a fucking job. People who don't have a job don't get to sit there and start making fun or start criticizing other people who have a job. That's not how that works. I know why I know it's pattern for years because when it's slow. And when it's good, it's really good. Yeah. Right now, Ed, we're on a high train, and I hope that they keep that momentum. Big Blue says, is supervised visit with Jill practical? They have the trust that when they aren't around, that he would make better choices. That's true. I did kind of sit there. I was like, bro, supervised visits? What is this, a custody here? What do you mean supervised visits? You actually sit there and also, like you said, it's not practical. Like they're going to sit there and say, oh, well, we're going to sit there and keep it cool now. But the minute that we sit there and dish that fool Dante, oh, I'm gonna sit there and tell you about all the bad shit that I want you to get into. Is that how is Dante's mind working at this point? This is why, again, when Jess was like, they need to sit there and start treating Rocco like a fucking baby. They need to stop treating him like a damn baby. Like Dad serious, Jay. I imagine that's how he's sitting there thinking. Like this is the reason why he came up with supervised visits. Like, what is that even supposed to do? Albert wants to continue this boring shit like you're doing with students. Like, wait, yeah, wait my ass. And yeah, we gotta talk about Vanessa. Vanessa is not there acting like she was in this trap marriage. Uh, you know, I had to sit there and be the perfect this, and I had to be perfect that, and I was so perfect for Doug and his other comrades, and I was the perfect wife, the perfect doctor wife, and everything. I'm like, girl, if you were in this unhappy marriage, your ass you could have did couples counseling. You could have fucking left. Don't sit there and try to act like you were stuck in this damn marriage. Every time that you sat there and you stepped out on this man for somebody else because you weren't getting your needs met, man, you disrespected her. You are honestly telling the truth. Like Vanessa bothers me to my fucking core because there are some women out there that love to sit there. One sec, how you doing, Spider Quick? And I'll get to your comment in 1 second. Will Kevin be the next victim to? Honestly, tell you the truth, I think somebody sat there and said maybe um, that's why they brought back in Kevin. Because let's be honest, what the fuck is Kevin even doing on the damn show? If we're gonna be honest, hell, even the actor sat there and said like, "Oh, you said that, thank you, Ed." Like, even the actor was like, "Yo, listen, let's say I'm in a couple episodes. It's not really worth me doing this." Spike says the only really boring thing on the gays to me is Carlton and Nicole, especially Carlton. That man's fake as f. I don't know if I would. Well, okay. Also, I'm glad Lily threw Nate coming with Victoria in his face because of all the shade her family throws when nobody in her family has room to talk. Yes, facts. Okay, so now I'm gonna sit there and say it's announcement now, especially since the alcohol is kicking in. There is 35 people in this chat. There is one of me. I'm not going to get to every single comment. So just be understanding and we'll have a good time. Also, hit the like button because I have no idea how many likes I have. Okay, 15, 34. So yeah, let's keep that going. I don't feel like in my voice. Fake ass friend, that man was waiting for Ted. You know what? That's actually an excellent point, Spider Quake. That's like that's actually a very excellent point. Okay, well, listen, Ron, if Phoenix is right, Phoenix is right. That's cool. If he is, good for Phoenix. So, um, I guess we'll wait and see. Does Isaiah now? Does Isaiah now about Brad? Know about Brad? Oh, you mean know about the blackmail? That's a really good question, Jay Bloom. That's a really good question. And you know what? Listen, this brings me to my next question. 1 second, Ed. And I'm gonna get to that in a hot second. I can still find the clock. We're on good terms, Spider Quest. We're on good terms. We're on good terms. There's no animosity between us. There is no animosity between us. But Lord Lulu needs some sleep. She has some serious bags on her eyes. She entered the room with such anger. Yeah, exactly. Um, and I'm gonna get to that in 1 second because I got. Here's the thing with GH, and I gotta address this shit. Um, and I think maybe Sean might have said this or something that GH is all over the place. GH GH will sit there and take 18 characters and just vomit storylines out. Would just literally sit there and vomit storylines like there is no tomorrow. And it annoys the living shit out of me because it's why the fuck is Trina in this episode? Why is you did, thank you, Sean. Why the fuck is Trina in this episode? What the hell did she actually contribute to this damn episode? Nothing. They just put her there just to fucking put her there. As says, so is Tess Mariah are officially over because I don't recognize her with that blonde hair. What's good, Phyllis? Exactly. That's the thing, Spider. Before you got here, I was getting on Lulu as well. I was getting on. I should tell you, Spider Quake. I was also getting on what you call it. I was also getting on Liz for getting up in Brit's face. How many times have Liz sat there and broken rules, took in unofficial breaks, and then she sat there and said, "Well, I have kids, so I'm allowed to be on my phone." The fuck you're not. You're supposed to be leading by example. You don't get to sit there and tell somebody else they can't do something, but you can do something. That's hypocritical as shit. Can't please everyone, but the show still needs to adjust the things. Yes, well, listen, I do agree with that. Listen, every soap is designed for different people. There's times where the show doesn't work for me, and I wouldn't recommend it to anyone. But I wouldn't also sit there and tell. I wouldn't sit there and tell people to stop watching it if they like it. I just don't need them to sit there and start coming at me sideways because I don't necessarily always like it. I asked myself that today too. I was like, why the fuck is Trina here? That's what Kai wanted to know. And then she said, the nerve to be talking loud about the night of Drew's shooting. Yeah, then she was like, "Oh well, I'm just a clingy girlfriend." I was like, "Yeah, right now you are being a clingy girlfriend. You have no fucking purpose on this episode." But like I said, I was like, "Liz, you out of pocket." Liz, like I said, Liz have not been relevant in fucking years. That chick is just that chick is just there for a fucking paycheck. Like, I mean, Becky's just there for a paycheck. And listen, I don't knock Becky. I don't. The thing is, Cherry, I'm being unfiltered. Okay, I'm keeping it raw, and yeah, cut of her paycheck with her hating. Five weeks that they're talking about cutting Liz paycheck in half. I love it. Liz stay in Brit's face because when she was right to lead, she was right to and led by example. I just I don't see a point of Elizabeth really being on the show anymore. Listen, I stand by what I said about fucking Felicia. Her ass been need to be gone. I don't give a I know I'm gonna sit there and hear this. I know I'm gonna sit there and hear this in the reply comments, okay? So I'm gonna sit there and take my drink. I'm gonna sit there and say this once again. I don't fucking care that she is a legacy character. Legacy character does not mean a goddamn thing. Okay, legacy character does not mean a goddamn thing if you're not bringing anything to the table currently. You know what that reminds me of? 1 second, Spider Quake. That's like the Monique comment. Okay, Monique is like, well, look at my resume, what I did back then. We don't care what you did back then. We care about what you did recently. Felicia hasn't done a goddamn thing since the 1980s. Okay? So this whole legacy defense doesn't mean anything because she's not currently doing anything on the show now. I can have at it in the comment section. I will sit there and read it, and I will sit there and give you a voicemail because apparently YouTube you can do that now. Elizabeth's on the show because she's the best nurse. Yeah, you can replace her ass with a damn sock puppet and do the same thing. It's the writers. They need to give Liz character something to do. Yes, exactly. Exactly, Tracy. That's the same thing with Felicia. Liz's best storylines was in the 90s and early and mid 2000s. That is a fucking fact, Ed. Sean says Kelly M is an example of not being brought back. Yeah, but I don't know if I would sit there and say that Kelly or Sam's character is a legacy character, right? Like maybe no, like I don't know. Um, Listen, I never say never. I never sit there and say never, Spider. There's always a chance. Absolutely, always a chance. And the thing is, 2030, I will still be watching this show, and hopefully, God willingly, if I have a YouTube channel, we'll still be sitting there talking about it. That's how I feel. So it's possible. It is possible. Also, I put in a pin comment, become a member. Yeah, that's true. That's true, Spider. That is true. You have a point. Listen, let me put it in another way, Spider Quake. I'm still going to be doing this. If it's on YouTube, it's on Rumble or wherever. Exactly, Sean. Exactly. As says Leslie's attitude today pissed me off because she was rude, nasty, and didn't care for anything Naomi said when it came to her finances. She didn't care about, yeah, she was mad, rude, and disrespectful to Samantha. And granted, I'm not the biggest fan of Samantha, okay? But, like, you know, this is why I sit there and say that Leslie is the worst character that is currently on a soap opera. Out of all five of the soap operas, she is the fucking worst. And don't get me wrong, Phyllis is still up there as far as being a shitty character, but like, my goodness. Now, Ego says you should do a poll in the chat. Willow is going to be found guilty or not, but Brad has returned, which means Portia days of chief of staff might be coming to an end. It's good to see you, Ego. Let's just to let you know, I've been loving your. Thank you, thank you, Tracy. Just to let you know, I've been loving your Korean stuff. I want to put it back for season two. That shit is definitely getting a season two because I really love doing that. So thank you, Tracy. I got some new stuff that's cooking, Tracy, and I'm very, very, very happy about it. So it's gonna be good, Tracy. It's gonna be good. I just remember, I love Leslie and I always defend her, but today that there wasn't no defending her, like she was dead wrong for how she was acting to that. Yeah. Danny Bear 87. How have you been, Danny? What is good? It's good to see you. Where's my chat at? I gotta go to your chat at. Hold on. I'm doing good. I'm doing good, Danny Bear. I was off today. Now, Langston says there's a lot of YouTubers who review Beyond the Gates, mostly their first soap. Stop reviewing Beyond the Gates because it's not doing it for me and it's not bringing any views on their channel. Well, I'm gonna play devil's advocate. It's starting to look more like you. Yeah, thank you, Tracy. I try to put out the videos that look the most like me. Um, so I appreciate you saying that. I appreciate you saying that. Thank you. Looking forward to the new things you Yes, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. I worked on it for like a couple of weeks, so like, yes, I'm very happy. And I'll say this much: there's a series I'm putting out tomorrow. That's about 5 or 6 episodes, and I think that's gonna be good. I think that's gonna be good too. The one after that, I'm very proud of. I mean, I'm proud of the one I'm putting out tomorrow, but like that's like an intermediate to the next series that I'm putting out. So, but I still think it's gonna be good though. I heard that was kind of a controversial thing to some extent. I heard that was kind of a controversial thing. Some people weren't happy with it. Now, as I wasn't expecting Brad return, and they need to pair him up with somebody else because being hung up on Brad's real old. Looking forward to him blowing Portia. Yes, Yes, and so am I. Tracy says, sorry, man, looking forward to the new things that you're working on. Thank you, Tracy. I've been having a lot of fun doing them. Um, so I'm excited, very excited. Lulu's about to lose Charlotte and Rocco for being a Karen. Facts. I said that earlier, Eagle Fang. I literally said that shit earlier. I was like, girl, you being insecure, and also again, you being a hypocrite. You're telling Dante to not. You're telling Dante to be easy on the whole. Trying to not have not have Rocco have a relationship with um with Gio. But you're doing the same thing with Britt when it comes towards Rocco. Like it is amazing. Rosemary was good. Rosemary's good to see you. And it says Isaiah's good with being Portia's side piece, and he needs to watch it because he's getting too comfortable kissing up on her and telling her to. Yeah, sure, true that. True that. He is. He is. He is. Danny Bear. He is. That's why I sat there and I was like, girl, you're not doing. You know. Thank you, Rosemary. It's good to have you. It's good to have you, Darby. How the hell are you? How the hell are you? But you can't help me. You're probably right, Ed. You're probably right. Again, General Hospital loves to sit there and it says your feelings on Rob and his wife that you think there's more to the story. I didn't. It's hard for me to sit there and really say because I've heard brief things about it, so like I don't have enough of the story. Like I didn't actually hear enough of the story to really sit there and give an opinion. I've heard brief stuff about it. Unfortunately, I wish I was actually paying attention so this way I can be kind of in the know of what you're saying. But unfortunately, I've been so busy with so much other stuff that I it's been on my timeline. I just haven't really gotten to it. You know, I don't know. It was just kind of there in the morning when I got breakfast. So I just been wearing it all day. And no, I don't work at FedEx. Funny thing is though, I have my GH oh my GH hoodie over there. That's crazy. There's Sunstat. No, I don't work. I never worked at FedEx. I got it from my dad, who also never worked at FedEx. I just like the hoodie. I was like Billy and Warner take the compliment from Sally with running the company together because she wants to be equals, and he keeps saying it's all on her. There's something about Y&R when there's something about Y&R and soap operas in general. Like he's being very subservient to Sally. Kane is being very subservient to um to Lily, begging her to go to to dance with her or whatever. Which, by the way, listen, bro. Again, I gotta sit there and talk about Danny. First of all, you're talking shit. Second of all, it's supposed to be like a retro 50s, 60s kind of thing going on. And you go there and like, I don't know if it's me, but like YNR is hella fucking cheap though. Like, it's supposed to be a 50s party. Nate barely wore 50s clothes. And Kane just came there with a fucking t-shirt. I'm like, what are we doing at this point? Yes, have a good night, Sean. I'll sit there and see you. You don't have to tell me. I got an early morning tomorrow too. So I'll see you tomorrow. Okay. Now, Eagle says three tiresome storylines. Victor's always winning. Who shot Drew? Who trapped the mirrors in the crypt? It's getting close to cancellation. My recordings from YNR because I'm bored with that soap opera at the moment. Yeah, another soap reviewer also said the exact same thing. You know, shout out to Eagle. Shout out to Eagle because Eagle said something that I've been doing. Eagle was like, Aubrey's getting so tired of his own soap operas. I mean, he's getting so tired of soap operas that he's creating his own. And for people that didn't sit there and see my shorts for 2 days, I'm gonna sit there and show you. What this is? This is the one.
I lied to the court, Lisa. I said I didn't see anything.
You did what you had to. They would have torn you apart.
It's gone because of me, and I can't let it stand.
Then what are you going to do?
Make it right. Six digits in a memory that won't let me sleep.
You haven't changed, Albert. Still counting ghosts?
Ghosts are all I've got to count.
Did you bring it?
It's there, along with the truth you asked for.
Truth costs.
Like Eagle said, I got tired, so I just said, fuck it. I'm just gonna create my own goddamn soap opera. And I actually tell you the truth, I think they're pretty good. Do you think that the person who was watching Michael and Tracy was Chase? No, I think it was Martin. I think it was Martin. Now you're with redheads. I know, it's crazy. And Spike Quick says, since when do you have a British accent? This fucking app is amazing. I think at one point I was talking Japanese in one of my shorts. So, a British accent actually suits me. It suits me. I think it was Marty though. Sorry, I think it was Marty.
Hi.
Hello.
Couldn't help noticing your smile. It's making the rain look brighter.
And you're just standing there making the whole street pause.
I'm Albert.
Clara.
Fancy a coffee? There's a place just round the corner.
I'd love to.
Fancy a coffee. I think I get in trouble if I created my own soap opera. Fancy a coffee. Listen, first of all, I don't think I'm that confident. Okay? I don't think I'm that confident to sit there and walk up to a woman like that and be like, fancy a coffee? But, okay. Yeah, exactly, Danny. But fancy a coffee? It would be good if Jack gets the program through Phyllis and use it on Victor, but that would never fucking happen. And you know why, Ed? Because apparently Victor always has to win. Okay, I think this is tonight's finale.
Even tonight, Em. I can't stay here any longer. Not like this, but I don't want to go without you.
Albert,
Come with me, please.
you're sure about this?
I couldn't be sure.
All right, wait for me.
And that was nice. But that was nice. That was a nice finale. Eagle says, I want to see Albert's AI take out Victor Newman's company and send him into bankruptcy. If I can sit there and write something like that with and use like Victor, because you can't use like licensed people, but if I can use Victor, I would definitely fucking do it in a heartbeat. I never would have thought that Curtis hired somebody to kill Euro. I was surprised. And honestly, tell you, the fact of the matter is, like, he backtracked. And I think that was the part that was, like, really disappointing, is that he backtracked. But what if Miss Wu didn't get to him in time? Facts. And it says, I agree with you about Carly having a conversation with Josh instead of making her mission to take. Yeah, exactly. I was like, she's a grown ass woman. At the very least, have a respectful conversation. Don't just sit there and just do something like she's a fucking kid. Danny says Phyllis was right when she said she's so stupid. Anyone makes a deal with Victor gets screwed over. I don't know why she thought she would be any different. I could have swore she sat there and made fun of Audra when Audra got screwed over by Victor. And then her dumbass does the exact same thing. Oh my goodness. Yeah, no, yeah. It was yeah, I can talk about wrestling. Huh? That's fine. Not gatekeeping. I forgot to do that. But yeah, here's my thing. Like, I'm not trying to sit there and come at Eric Braden because I think he's cool as shit, right? But I really do feel that a lot of times when they try to make Victor come out on top all the time, it's to like massage Eric Braden's ego. Like, oh, Victor has to always win. Victor wins all the time. It gets so annoying. It's like, are they just doing this just to massage his ego? Is there a bigger thing going on at play? And it says, Albert, I came across a clip of Jason going in on Carly about Elizabeth and not liking any of the women he was involved with except for Courtney. Carly also had the nerve to say, I had to be first. Ed, I need you to do me a favor. I need you to sit there and send me that clip. Please, Ed, send me that clip. Send me that clip, please. Exactly. It was like, Ed, share that with me so we can share that with the damn class. Seriously. Let's see. We're gonna play a game. Where's that guy? Okay, good. Yes, please do that. You know who it is. Okay, you know. Okay, and I'm gonna take your word. You know exactly who it is. Cool. Chat. Where's that guy? You can say either name because technically it could be one or the other. So you know, either answer would do. Okay, either answer would do. You just cover it and oh yeah, no, of course, Ed. Jonathan. There you go, Darby. Jonathan was good. What is good? Oh, oh, also, Darby, Jonathan, when you get a chance, you say you was going to email me some stuff for. Oh, he is on point. When you get a chance, you say you was going to email me some stuff for the member stream. When you get a chance, yeah, if you can do that, that would definitely be um awesome sauce. Yeah, no, listen, Darby, it's good to see you. It's good to see you. I could have swear. Oh, here it is. I found the clip. Okay, good. Thank you. That's right. I'll send you the characters now. Thank you, Jonathan. How can I send it to you? Oh, okay. I'll tell you right now. Darby says, "Are you sure Jason actually kills Lorenzo Alcazar to let him go free?" That's a damn good question, Darby, because we didn't see. Because they didn't actually show it. It happened off screen. Jason said he didn't. I guess we just gotta take his word for it. But imagine if he sat there and said years later on, "Yeah, I know I said I was gonna kill him, but here's the thing," and then he goes to his whole backstory. There you go, Jonathan. By the way, who is this woman? I'm not gonna lie, I don't know who the baby is, but I know who the little girl is. So, who are these people? Who are these? But Jonathan is 100% correct. Yes. Darby says, why don't they bring Lucy's daughter back, Serena, back to the show to help her mom? Right, well, Darby got a point. And he also answered the question, too. All right, let's see. explain to Todd, Blair, and Tia that Tomas is actually Lorenzo. Yes. Thank you, Ed. Thank you. Um, I will. You know, honestly, to tell you the truth, I'll play it in the member circle. I'll play it in the member circle. Yeah, I'll play it in the member circle, Ed. Saving it now, and we will watch that in the member circle. Yeah, and you know that was the whole ABC debacle thing with Prospect Park. Ah, listen, Ed, thank you. Seriously. Ed, you came through like a G, so I appreciate you. Hmm. It's like I'm very tempted to sit there and have another drink, but also I'm just like, Taya, thank you, Taya. I'm like tempted to have another drink, but I'm also like, I gotta wake up early tomorrow. So, all right, cool. I can't wait to. Well, I'm not, honestly, to tell you the truth, I'm not going to watch it. Well, I'm going to record it. I'm not going to watch it, but I will play it in the members, so we can all kind of experience that level of selfishness. Danny says, "I never believed that Jason killed Lorenzo Alcazar. That was during his secret paint over not being Jake's dad. Lorenzo could have mentioned Lila Ray, and Jason could have caved." She is correct. Well, my damn music cut. There we go. Right? Absolutely possible. Yeah, I didn't really sit there and talk about this, but for the Days fan, I feel like now they're on a clock, right? Kristen's hand is infected because she was digging, which I don't understand. Why would you be sitting there trying to dig through concrete with your fucking hands as though she's a damn cyborg? But now her hand's infected. She has a fever. So now the clock is really ticking, right? Now they got to find a way to sit there and get out of this mess, out of this situation. Um, and Rafe is not there talking about you got to find a way to sit there and unseal those, the entry to the crypt. Because Rafe was like, which by the way, listen, we didn't talk about this, but like the fact of the matter is, I'm getting kind of tired of Rafe being a dick to Cat. Listen, Cat made a rookie mistake, okay? And you've been harsh on her for a couple of days. But I'm like, bro, this shit is starting to get kind of fucking old now. And Javi, you're Javi, you're I hate using this word, so I'm gonna use something else. Javi, you're a piece of shit. Okay? Gabby told you this shit in confidence. And you decide for some odd reason that I have no idea why to sit there and tell Rafe what you decide to tell Rafe what Gabby told you. And then when Gabby sits there and come at you sideways, because Charlie, you know what I was, you know what I was gonna say, right? You know what I was gonna say, and I was like, I really despise that word. Um, so I was like, let me use a substitute. But I'm like, she told you this shit in confidence, right? And you go and you run your mouth for, again. I always didn't understand what was the reason why you sat there and told Rafe this. But then when Gabby comes at you sideways, you're like, oh, what, huh? You're sitting there acting stupid, like you don't understand why she's upset. You didn't need to open your. It's like I'm so I'm so fucking annoyed with Javi. I really am. And Gabby's not there going overboard when Ari mentioned the fact that she's gonna work at the Mirror. I'm like, yo, how about you calm down a little bit? Like she don't want to work with you. Darby said, just say I would say it with your chest. See, the fact that Darby has been with me from like the olden days, he knows exactly what I was gonna say. He knows exactly what I was gonna sit there and say. And he is right. I just didn't want to sit there and say it. I wouldn't have wanted. I wouldn't have wanted to work with Gabriella. Exactly. I just feel like that word sometimes just gets tossed out too easily, and it's just like I'm not trying to be a perfect gentleman, but like I don't need to sit there and say things just to degrade women, unless I'm going to talk about a specific character, and even then, it's just like I can be a dick, but like you know, I just I will sit there and say this much about Xander and Sarah. If Xander decides to move on with Gwen, Sarah better keep her fucking mouth shut. This is another one of those things where I am just like, Xander, it didn't work out. Maybe you need to sit there and just kind of chill out with the whole. I love Sarah. She's my true love. Like, no, stop. You are literally making every fucking man on this damn planet. If YouTube comes for you, Albert, tell them I said. No, it's not about YouTube. It's just about me personally. Like, I'm not a fan of that word. Like, I'm not necessarily a fan of just like degrading women just for the sake of doing it. You know, with those words. I'll listen. I will break down a character. I will sit there and talk about a character, and I will be a dick to a character. But I don't like just the idea of just doing it just because. Like some people like to sit there and slut shame women. I'm not a fan of that shit. It's not like I have some sort of moral code. I find it to just be lame. No, Gwen. Gwen. If Xander moves on with Gwen, Sarah better keep her fucking mouth shut. I don't want to hear whining or complaining or anything like that. I just don't. Yeah, I'm getting annoyed with Sarah getting on Xander when this all started with all started with her and keeping him from Victor. Not thank you. That word isn't for women, exclusively weak men. That's true. You're absolutely right. Thank you, Darby. Fucking voice of reason. Xander claims he will never love anyone else. Yeah, that's gonna annoy me. That's just gonna annoy me. I'm not gonna lie. That's just gonna kind of annoy me. Sarah will say something. She will say something. And guess what, Danny Bear? I will be in this damn chat snip there with Sarah's ass. Because I mean, let's be honest. I don't have time to sit there and do an actual review on Days of Our Lives. Because I'm too busy sitting there making my own damn soap opera. I will say that Kristen will hit the sheets with Xander before next Christmas. Somehow I would actually be okay with it. I'll be okay with it. I'll be absolutely okay with it. And you know what? Listen, if it gets under Sarah's skin, I'll be happy. But also put out this title Katie, Logan, undervalued and underappreciated on The Bold and the Beautiful. To also let people know that I do watch The Bold and the Beautiful. Maybe I'll put out a statement over the weekend. Actually, pre-already confirmed that. Oh, I don't remember that, but I think maybe I mentally try to block it out. It gives too much away. It gives too much away. I'm not a fan of that. It just simply does. Like honestly, tell you the truth, I really regret. Look like Xander and Grum will bang. Good. Sarah is such a total hypocrite. One rule for her and one rule for Xander. Sarah's always moving the goalpost. Yes, always moving that goddamn goalpost. All right, damn Darby, you've been missed. Thank you for watching from the bushes while I work. Love the channel. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm like very tempted to sit there and have another drink. Like, oh my god, I'm so tempted to have another drink. Listen, I haven't drunk in like 7 days, which is like a damn eternity. But it's good to have you in the chat, though. Thank you. That's what I said, Danny. I was like, no, that's exactly what, like Darby's right. Those damn feminine Hortons. Well, I mean, those damn Hortons in general. Because the males could be just as self-righteous assholes. I mean, Jennifer is probably. Oh, I don't know if she's the worst, but she's like she is definitely like going for that fucking goal at that point. Like she is. So she is definitely going for that fucking goalpost. I know that much. Like, just wear my damn nerves. And the sad thing is, like, even on some level, like, I get where she's coming from to some extent, you know? Like, I get, like, with the whole Chad thing, I get that here's the thing, her heart is in the right place, right? How she's going about it is where the problem is coming from. The problem, that's where the problem's coming from. Her heart's in the right place. She just has a very, very shitty way of going about it. And that's the problem. But yeah, all the Hortons, the women can be the worst though, especially fucking yeah, I mean Jennifer, but Julie, oh my goodness. You here's the thing, I'm glad I can sit there and laugh about this shit now because like I swear, if Julie's on tomorrow, yeah, that's correct, Jonathan. We will. But like if Julie was on tomorrow, I'm pretty sure, especially if my fucking caffeine did not kick in, I'm going to be just annoyed with Julie. Julie, Maggie, Sarah, Jennifer, and let me not forget the next generation of She Hortons, Ari and here's the thing about Ari. I will, I will, Jerry. I will. Listen, I don't do like coffee because I'm not a huge fan of coffee. I'm a little more bougie. Okay, I like my lattes. Okay, I like my fancy shit. Um, But to be fair, Ari, I feel like they need to give Ari something to do, right? Like Ari has just been there. And somebody once sat there and said that not everyone's gonna have front burner story, but like what is Ari doing on the show? Ari's not bad, they just need to is that and that's the thing. Terry says I love coffee. Yeah, I love my Starbucks cinnamon dolce latte or my Dunkin' Donuts French vanilla lattes. No, French vanilla cappuccino. Looking forward to the future when Peter encounters Jack and Jennifer. Why is that though, Jonathan? Why are you looking forward towards that? Forbid. No, but I'm very curious about the first part though. Why are you looking for the future when Peter encounters Jack and Jennifer? Why are you looking forward towards that? Granny says it seems like she was going to be a bad girl. Now she's just fucking there. Now she's just there. And yeah, and like Ed said, Ari's not bad. They just need to, they just need to actually do something with her. They need to do something with her. Ed says Ari will and Gabby's daughter in this show act like they can have her in drama because there's a lot to work, especially learning about the things her mom got into. Francis says Peter, Jack, and Jennifer has history. Peter and Jennifer were married at one point, and Peter eventually became obsessed with her. Oh. All right, I'm with it. I'm with it now. With it now. Now I'm with it. Okay. I could have swore you probably said that before, but so many comments and everything. LaShawn says Drew Kane needs to look up Betsy Heather Weber so her son Franco to her. She gave to her when he was a baby. Peter got some bad taste then. Well, yeah, I guess. Peter Blake will be played like Kevin Buchanan. Okay. I think I remember him. I think I remember him. He was married to at the time Kelly Kramer. And she was being played by the chick that's on Bold and Beautiful now. What's her name? Heather Tom? Jack and Jennifer won't be happy to see Peter. Well, then that just makes me even more happy to see Peter now. Like Here's the thing. Normally, I'm not this petty, but since Jennifer has been acting like a fucking Karen, I think I'll make an exception. Heather Tom, thank you, Danny. I mean, thank you, Danny. Yeah, Heather Tom. Yeah, Heather. I remember before the remake or the reboot or whatever. Yeah, when I was watching, she was played by Heather Tom, which again, Katie has been fucking undervalued and unappreciated. Okay, and yeah, she is Katie baby. She is. Oh fuck me. Okay, all right. Well, as fun as this has actually been, Dan Gunther is the actor that played Kevin. Is that gonna be? Is that gonna be? You think that's gonna be the guy who's gonna be playing Peter Blake now? I'll be cool with that. That's actually really good that you know that, though. In case you work for Bill, The Foresters are flunky. Yo, the Foresters are a bunch of unappreciative assholes when it comes towards Katie. The way they have been playing Katie, that's good to know, Jonathan. Thank you, Ed. But yes, thank you, Dolomix. Yes, so I'm gonna end the stream here because I do gotta wake up kind of early. Um, but everything goes well, and I will be doing a live stream tomorrow night, usual time. So come through. I'm gonna make it happen. And we're gonna have a good time. It's been too long since I've done this, so yes, thank you. Have a good night, Dolomedics. Have a good night, Ed. Have a good night, Cherry Ice Cream. Have a good night, Danny Bear. Have a good night, Darby. Have a good night, Queen of the South. There you go, Darby. Have a good night, Cherry Ice Cream. Have a good night, Danny Bear. Johnson says, join us next time for another edition of Soul Chat with Albert Bostic. Thank you. Thank you, Ed, for joining. Thank you, Amy. It's also Jay Blue's birthday, so I'll definitely make sure I shout her out tonight. Thank you, Jonathan. Yes, hit that like button. Okay, we had a good amount of people here, and hitting the like button definitely helps. Spread the word to the YouTube community. Have a good night, Rosemary. Thank you for joining. Have a good night, Cherry Ice Cream. Have a good night, Lashanta. Have a good night, LaShawn. And anybody else, you know who you are. And I will sit there and see you on the next stream. Later. Oh, have a night, Ron. And Kaiwan.